Yo, what's going on out there in them digital streets? This your player partner Watt checking in, and this is the Dropbox, and let's get into it. Yeah, man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into this clip. Yeah, man. So that was the clip with Ciara, Meg, and Normani. They were at a Dolce and Gabbana event, and they were twerking. But yeah, so for the family, man, I think this is a real teachable moment right here. And I got some things that I thought about that I kind of wanted to expound on, just get some thoughts out as to why this happens. Because I know a lot of people look at this situation and they say, you know, people are giving black women a bad look and this, that, and the third. But I want to kind of elaborate and go into a little bit more to give people a view that they may not see. Okay, so my first thing is Ciara and Meg Thee Stallion, they're entertainers. Oftentimes, when we look at musicians, we see them as artists. And to a certain degree, that's true. But we also have to understand that my first time actually seeing this, and it may have happened before this, I just wasn't around or privy to it, but since the days of like Michael Jackson and Prince, you've always had this split dynamic that I just noticed. We had some musicians, or just some people rather, that are artists, and then you have other people that are entertainers. Now, knowing the difference is very important with the level of responsibility that you put on people. And some people may ask, what is the difference? The difference is what an artist sells versus what an entertainer sells. And I'll break down the artist first. So when you think about an artist, this is someone that puts the focal point on their art. And you can be a musician, you can be an athlete, and this even extends outside of the realm of just the entertainment field. You could be a scientist, you could be a lawyer, you could be a truck driver, you could be a nurse. All of these occupations where people actually focus on the work, the art, would make you an artist. Another great identifier of an artist is someone that's business savvy. Now, when you look at an artist, their main source of revenue is always going to be their art. It's the things that they create. It's the things that they put value into, their hard work into. So they have a greater understanding for the power of passive income. When you look at someone like Prince, he was a guy that outside of when he was in front of the camera, you never really heard anything about him behind the scenes. And he was always well off financially. And people never really knew how rich he was. It was never really a focal point for him, you know. But you never heard about him having any type of financial issues. I mean, his estate now is up in the air, but that's more so because of the people around him, and you can't control that, you know. But yeah, so those are two great identifiers of someone that's identified as an artist. You know, they focus on the work, and they also focus on making the work make them money, and not just quick money, but money into perpetuity. Now, let's get into an entertainer. So, when we talk about entertainers, and what makes them entertainers, it's more so about invoking a reaction. Now you have to pay attention here, because with artists, they invoke an emotion. You know, a song can make you sad, it can make you happy, it can make you self-aware, it can make you conscious. A song can invoke an emotion. But entertainers, however, the selling point for them aren't their actual art. It's the performance. You know, and it can be the performance of the art. So what's happening is the audience is responding to the entertainer versus the art, which brings me to the video clip. Now, in the clip, you can see the scene and the way it's set up where, you know, it's not appropriate to twerk here. But they do it anyway because this is the way that they are conditioned. And it's a more sinister plot at play, man. If you kind of dig through the Rolodex of Black history, you can go back in time and you can see clips where Black artists are walking in these labels, giving performances, and just being animated. And I'll do you one better. You don't have to look back to the past. All you gotta do is keep looking at this video. I'm finna cue up some clips to prove my point. Let's go. Yeah, man, so those were just some of the many examples that probably exist in the world that we know of. There's probably a whole lot more that we haven't seen or we don't know about, where niggas are acting a goddamn fool in front of white people to get a record deal. But those videos highlight what it means to be an entertainer. Now, for all intents and purposes, I don't have any issues with entertainers or just entertainment. But I do have an issue with the exploitation of Black entertainers. And the reason why I have an issue with this is because, for whatever reason, Black entertainers don't know how to turn the entertainment switch off. Oftentimes, they end up getting in really bad situations, or they get really negative lights put on them because they don't know how to turn it off. It's just non-stop entertainment. It's a perpetual state of entertainment, and that could be to someone's detriment. And this brings me to my next point on entertainers. Majority of entertainers that you see, they really don't have things of value to offer society. You have to understand that Entertainment within itself is just bread and circus. It's a distraction from real world issues. So when you see these antics, you have to just see it for what it really is. And if you understand it, then you won't be as affected by it. Now I want to touch on one more thing before I get up out of here. In case, well, if y'all haven't been paying attention to the internet, Lil Nas X put up a post rather of a baby shower. This nigga is pregnant. All right. A lot of the points that I was making before, it applies to this situation. But I want to stress something. As adults, we have to take it upon ourselves, being in sound mind and body, to create environments around our kids where they are inundated with constructive things. You always want to keep something in front of them where they're learning and growing and becoming better human beings. You can't allow social media to raise your kids. You can't allow TV to raise your kids and then turn around and complain about what these outlets are feeding your children. I'm saying that to say this. The shit that some of these people are doing, it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna go away. And the machine is going to consistently churn out a new one every so often. Once Lil Kim run is over, you gonna have Nicki Minaj. Once Nicki Minaj run is over, you got Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B and a host of others. And it's the same way on the other side. It's like you're gonna have these detractors and things to sway the youth and getting them off of their square. And to the family, I say, take the time out to put things in front of your kids that are constructive and that's going to allow them to grow in the right way. But yeah, man, that's my thought on it. What say you? You know what to do. Come and kick it with your tribe in the comment section below. And on that note, I'm out the box with it. Do you hear me?